We got everything here, at least to stay alive. And the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Desert Adventures in Arizona. It's a fine Monday morning here in southern Arizona. Enjoying my coffee with Roy and Becky's Travels cup here. It is Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday, what is that? I don't know. They say everybody spends money on Cyber Monday. Let's see who we have here in the house. Looks like Mel and Nettie were first in today. Good morning, good morning. Dave Wanders is out wandering again, headed to Alamo Lake BLM. Awesome. Safe travels. Have fun. First member in the house is Gracie and Jacques Adventures. Good morning, good morning. Gracie has a procedure this morning on her knee, so she's going to be listening, and we wish her good luck with that procedure. So I'm very curious about how it works out, because I got a bum knee also. Rose is in the house. Good morning, Rose. Good to have you. Hope your Monday is well. And Rose is busy putting links in. Thank you very much. There's Mel and Nettie's. There's Dave Wanders. Traveling on Adventures is here. Good morning. Earl and Terry, good to see you. And there's Fairy Dust. Ava Potterfield and Friends raid. Awesome. I always start my Monday mornings out with Ava Potterfield and Friends, morning chat. And I enjoy watching on Friday evenings when they're playing music. So Lucas is here and he insists on saying hello. So here he is. Yeah, you have to say hi to everybody. Okay. Yeah. He is upset because he wants to go out and play fetch. And we're not listening to him because it's too cold. It's too cold out there. We're not used to cold. Let's see here. Hey Siri, what's the weather here today?
Looks like it will be.
It's cloudy. The high is only going to be 70, so that's hoodie weather for us. We saw 44 here. So 70 is going to be okay, I guess. We'll get there eventually. Thank you, Ava, for the raid. Appreciate it very much. Another channel member in the house, CR View, is here. Good morning, good morning. Tim, Gracie, and Crystal coming to us from beautiful Quartzsite, Arizona. And the day is always special when you have Diane Phoenix join you. Good morning, Diane. Good to have you. Hope you're doing well. Another channel member in the house. Good morning, good morning. From Minnesota, Step Van Dan. Hello, hello. Ooh, I'm wondering what the temperature is up there. Everybody's reporting snow last night. No snow here. Good thing, because I don't like it. I like to see it at you guys' place, but not so much here. There's Fairy Dust Channel. Everybody's saying hello. There's CR Views Channel. Thank you, Rose. There's Step Van Dan's. There's Ron Darrell Adventures has joined us this morning, all the way from Texas. Good morning, good morning. Alan Schaefer is here. Hello, Alan. Good to have you. Ron Darrell does live streams, and you got to be sharp. You got to be on the ball to catch one of his, because they could pop up anytime. Always good conversation. Cyber Monday. So, Oki and I do most of our shopping online now. And you notice that Amazon has extended their Cyber Monday about 3 or 4 days. I think on Friday, there were Cyber Monday deals out there. Let's see. There's one right there. I need to buy some cornhole bags, because I'm making a cornhole game for our meetup. So that's $18. So I save about 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. A few dollars on that. So I'll probably order that later. But that's about it for shopping online for us today. You know, Lucas thinks he's a lap dog. He's 67 pounds last time we had him checked. And so he used to like to jump, well, he still does, jumps up in my lap while I'm sitting in the recliner. Well, the old recliner gave up the ghost. And so on Friday, on Black Friday, we went shopping for a recliner. And I'll tell you what, the discount that we got for the recliner, the Black Friday discount, was as much as a recliner used to cost brand new. So the prices of them have gone way up. Anyway, Lucas combined with me on the old recliner, well, it broke and it doesn't work anymore. So now I have a new recliner in the front room, and Lucas is happy, and so am I. Rose says it's 27 where she is. Yikes, that's cold. Lucas getting bad as Rocky. Yeah, I'll tell you what. You know, as soon as we get up in the morning, he wants to go play fetch. We have one of those chucker sticks where you throw the tennis ball. And I saw one of those. Gracie was playing with a jock with one of those, and they work really well. You can really wing that ball out there. And so our last lab loved to dig holes. And so I thought, okay, I need to get our Lucas, who's a black lab, I need to get him addicted to something other than digging holes. So I bought one of those chucker sticks, And boy, is he addicted because he wants to go out there. He could do that all day long. In fact, Oki's out there with him right now playing ball. He just absolutely loves it. Totally addicted to chasing that ball. And he's funny because he'll bring it back to you and he'll hide it. So you have to watch him when he comes back because he'll circle around behind you and he'll drop it behind the bush. And if you're not watching, he'll take off. Once he drops it, he'll take off running where he wants you to throw it. And so you have to look around and find his ball. Okay, where is it? He took off running. He's waiting for you out there to catch it. Where's his ball? Where did he drop it? You usually have to find it underneath a bush or in a tree well or something. Anyway, he's a good dog and we enjoy him very much. Colder than a well digger in Alaska. I hear you. Ramblin' Rocketeer is here. Hello, hello. Heading out to catch the sunrise. Have a super fantastic week. Awesome. Enjoy that sunrise. We got clouds today. Unusual for us. Joy wants to go outside. 46 in Texas. Yeah, and those kitty cats, they don't give up. They talk to you and they let you know. Meow. We had a cat for, she was 20 years old. Lived to be 20 years old when she died. And she would get mad at us if we went on vacation. Back then, we didn't take her with us. We went on vacation. We'd come back a few days later. She wouldn't talk to us for 2 or 3 days. She was mad. Even though she had plenty of food, a clean litter box, our daughter was taking care of her, coming in and watching her and making sure she was okay. She still got grumpy with us. It's funny how their personalities are, huh? 32, where Earl and Terry are. You guys still up in the Northwest there? .36 in Waco. Yikes. Look at that. We got Smoky Mountain blessed here. That's Joy and Donnie. Stayed at the top of the mountain for Thanksgiving. Awesome. Oh, I'll bet you had a good time. Yeah, definitely cold. Definitely cold. There's Smoky Mountain blessed link, and they do some interesting live streams. They go to a lot of car shows, Jeep shows, all kinds of stuff where they live, and always interesting to watch. And then Donnie has a channel where he does painting, and I like that too. I don't have the talent to do any painting, so when I can see someone else do it, it's always fun to watch. Step Van Dan is back. Scrolling. TGIF is here. Good morning. Good to have you, Bree. She's got a couple of new baby cows and I think another one on the way. That's what I was waiting for, Dan. 9 here in Minnesota. 9. Ain't gonna do it, Dan. You won't see this desert rat up there. Yeah, okay, that's good to know. I thought they might be. Roy and Becky's Travels will be live today. For anyone who hasn't heard, Roy had a medical event that he had to deal with. He's back doing well now, and they're going to be live this morning at 11 o'clock Arizona time. Yeah, I agree, guys. I agree. That's too cold. Not if you're from Minnesota, though. Bernae, we're trying to get Lucas more used to being around other dogs. In fact, on Tuesday, we have an appointment with a trainer. We're going to take him to a park in Oro Valley to the west of us and work on getting him more used to dogs and people. Now, I took him up to Ragged Top yesterday, and there were a couple of people standing up there, and he started focusing in on them and barking. And so, what the trainer told us was when he does that, just start walking him. You know, the rule is when your dog's on a leash, where the head goes, the body will follow. So when he started barking at these two people, not aggressively, but like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And he wasn't giving up. I just took the Yui and walked him back the other way. And I did that a couple of times to break his focus. And the trainer lady said that's what you have to do. And it worked. And then I gave him a couple snacks, little snacks. And so we're learning as much as he is on how to handle those different things. And so my hope is that we can get him used to other dogs. Now, when one of the neighbors walks down the road, we live on a dirt road, they walk down the road, he does not like their dog. And he goes to the fence, and his hair's standing up, and he barks and barks and barks. And if I don't have a leash out there, it's very difficult to control. So yesterday they walked by and I had to grab Lucas by the collar and just hold him in place until he settled down, which he eventually did, but it takes about 5 minutes or so. Debbie is here. Good morning, Debbie. Good to see you. Yeah, I would say so, Dan. At 9 degrees, I'd say it's a little chilly. Lucas is. We're trying to figure out if he discriminates between dogs and what he likes, what he doesn't like. This dog that he doesn't like is white, kind of whitish with dark brown markings. Female, and he doesn't like her at all, but I don't know why. So we're hoping to learn a little more. There they are, Roy and Becky's, another channel member in the house. Good morning, good morning. Man, oh man, I have got a good cup of coffee here this morning. The best cup all day. Yep, that's a good one. That's a good one. Bree running away? There's Roy and Becky's Travels. They're, like I said earlier, they're going live at 11 o'clock. I think that's still the case. Let me know if that's changed, but they usually come up at 11 o'clock. There's Ava. Good morning, Ava. Appreciate the raid. Thank you very much. Scrolling. There's Ava's link. And again, she does Monday live streams, which I enjoy having a cup of coffee and watching her and chat with everybody first thing Monday morning. All right, we got a quartzite report, 48. Yeah, it's amazing how you get used to those, huh? You get used to those hot temperatures, and then when it gets down below 80 and you're used to 100-degree weather, think our blood gets thin or something. I don't know. Okay, you're in whatever that town is, California. Visalia? Sounds like an onion. Okay, 46 on Quartzsite. Question, Fairy Dust has a question. You think we may have a rainstorm at the Ironwood meetup? Asking for a friend. According to the weather reports, we're supposed to have a wet winter, Renee. So I would plan on one. Now, if you remember, our community area we had last year was a pop-up clam, and it wasn't really big enough. So I have a 20-foot pop-up now, 20 by 10-foot pop-up. So if it does rain and we're caught out in it, we can have a place to hide underneath. It has the sides on it, and it's, I think, 9 feet tall. 7 or 9 feet, I can't remember. But anyway, we'll be in good shape if we do have some rain. And I've also got some cornhole boards just about finished up. So I'll take some photos of those and share those in a little while. So we're going to have, I think Greg from Fit for Expedition is going to bring some horseshoes. I'm going to have a cornhole game. We'll have 2 or 3 other games for people to play kind of in the community area of our campsite. I watched Merton and Sue's live stream yesterday. They're up there in Quartzsite, camped in the same area as Roy and Becky and see our view, and they're looking forward to coming down too. One subject that they talked about on their live stream, they have a Sunday live stream every Sunday afternoon. One subject they talked about, which Oki and I are discussing, is if you drive an RV or a large van or, you know, a schoolie or whatever you're living in or traveling in, does your spouse know how to drive it in case you have an emergency? So, and of course, I'm going to live to be 100, but I am talking to Oki about, because she's never driven the RV. And I think that she needs to learn, at least in case something happens. Nothing will happen, but just in case. If I fall out, land on my noggin, and I don't feel like driving, I want her to be able to drive. They also talked about doing the water fill up, how to fill the water, and I'll bet Becky knows how to do all that. Oki has watched me do it, but she's not clear on the water fill up, and she's watched me do the tanks, dumping the tanks. But I'm going to start working on her to get her trained and used to doing some of that stuff, just in case. Share it out. Thank you, Ava. Appreciate that very much. Got 24 people in the house. I think that helps. Yeah, I'd be a duck headed south too, Ron. I don't blame you. There's Steve and Tina Jewell. Good morning. Good morning. I watched their live stream yesterday too. It was about 10 o'clock in the morning, Arizona time. Always a good time. They try to do some trivia stuff, and that's fun. I had to leave early yesterday because I had to get the drone out. I have an app that shows the wind, and when it's too windy to fly the drone, you know, I don't like to go out because you're risking losing it. So I took off and I got 2 hours in before it got windy in the afternoon. So I got some pretty good drone video that I'm working on. Oh, yeah. Dan needs some hugs to stay warm. Thank you. Appreciate that. And there's Steve and Tina's channel. They live up there in Western Canada, and it's starting to get cold up there too. There's storyteller Donnie. Working today, had a few days off. Awesome. Uh-oh. Cold symptoms. I know Oki and I had a cold too after we came back from Japan. I think we picked it up in LAX, Bernays Airport there. Somebody coughed on us and something, and a few days later we came down with a cold, a flu. I think it was a flu. But we got through it, and we're doing well now. So we are good to go. And there's Donnie's channel. Scrolling. Off to see the vampire. So Ron's off to get a blood draw. I've got an appointment this afternoon too. I think for everybody that's been following, I had an issue with one tooth. And so I went in to the dentist and he said, wow, you've got a tooth that needs to be pulled. I've never had to pull a tooth before. No, I did one time, as a matter of fact. This will be the second time, come to think of it. The first time I had a tooth pulled, they put a bridge in. The dentist said, this one's infected. It's not repairable. You got to pull it. And he said, I've got to send you to a specialist because it's a procedure, a dental operation. And so I'm going in for a consultation this afternoon. They said they want to make sure I'm healthy enough for dental surgery. Anyway, because the root is so close to the sinus cavity, my dentist says there's a risk there. And these people are equipped, I guess if they tear something or damage a sinus cavity, they're equipped to take care of that. That doesn't sound good. I hope that doesn't happen. So I've got to run over there, see what they say, get scheduled for dental surgery, have that tooth yanked out, and then probably get an implant done. My dentist has talked me into doing an implant, and I talked to another dentist to get a second opinion. I said, so how do these implants work? And so he explained the process. Well, it takes close to a year for them to get everything set up. So they pull the tooth, they put a bone graft in there because I'm missing bone on that tooth because the infection took it away. Then you have to wait for that. Then they put the implant post in, and that takes a few months. And then they put the top on it, I guess. I don't know. But it sounds like an expensive proposition. I may be selling some pencils on the street corner. We'll see. Let's see. Ah, nice mug. Yep, coffee tastes good too. I know I'm way behind here. Ooh, Joy says 33 degrees there. So Lexi is here. Good morning, good morning. Coming to us from over the pond. Yeah, heated blanket day, huh? Jimmy Ray is here. Good morning, good morning. Good to have you. Not too far from Bakersfield. 28 degrees. Yeah, we're going to get down there eventually too, I know. All right, so Cyber Monday today. Cyber Monday. I guess a lot of people, I read an article this morning, they said Cyber Monday or Cyber Friday was up about 3.5% this year over last year, which kind of surprises me because inflation is so high. I guess people still have money and are able to buy what they need and want, so that's good. Ooh, wood stove is rolling here. I had a little fire on the back porch yesterday. We have this movable fire pit, and I got out there, got a chill, and decided, you know what, I'm going to make a little fire. So I had a little fire on the back porch. There's Timmy Ray's channel. Yeah, I agree, Diane. That's cold. That is cold. That's what I'm afraid of. I mean, I'm healthy. I don't have any serious issues other than being old. But my mother never did. My dad had a heart attack while out on the road. See, that's what I worry about, Debbie. I'm sure it'll be fine. And we're not full time. We're part time. So we just take off, when we feel like it. And if I'm not in good shape for some reason, we're not going anywhere. But still, I'd like Oki to be able to drive that thing and at least get us back home if she has to. You already over this winter junk, huh? That's good. Yep. Yeah, if you haven't heard, Roy had a nosebleed and it wasn't stopping. He had to go in the hospital and spend some time in there. And then got some meds, got everything settled down. And that just reminds us how, our health is not to be taken for granted. Good health is important, and you have to take care of yourself, but be ready in case it goes south on you. Campbell River, 1 degree C, so 0 C is freezing. So they're just barely above freezing. Yikes. Yep, she is. She's taking care of them. She's CR View, Tim has been helping out a lot too. He and his family are camped in the same area. So Tim was able to help as well as Crystal. Crystal can do it if needed. She helps with everything. Yeah, as long as you have, and I believe that Gracie would have a tough time. Oki would have a tough time. I think if we were in a situation where she had to do it, she would do it. She would take care of it. She's a pretty good driver. I mean, she drives a full-size pickup into town, and she has no trouble parking in parking lots or anything like that. She has a good sense of direction, actually better than me. She's actually my navigator when we're out. She'll tell me, you got a left turn up here, right? Oh, yeah. So she gets us usually where we need to go. Cool, very cool. Uh-oh, here we go. There's the countdown until spring. 113 days, 16 hours, and 31 minutes. Oh. Yeah, my favorite, I think, is springtime. When the trees start to leaf out and the everything starts to come alive, after the winter. That's the best. My second is fall, having the leaves change. And after the hot summer that we experience here, having a cooler weather is nice too. Excuse me. Spring is number one, fall's number two, and the rest can go fly a kite. Well, that's better than nothing. Oki has pulled it forward a few feet for me when I needed help. She can function the shifter and the gas and the brake all right, but it's the width of the vehicle and getting it down the road that she's not comfortable with, and the height too, because that thing is 12 feet tall. Yeah, that'd be good to have her practice. And because you guys are dumping once in a while, that's a great place to do it. Oh yeah, ads are popping up, so I have it set as low as it'll go. Hopefully they're just 15-second ads. You can't get rid of them. StreamYard changed, or no, actually YouTube changed. Yeah, YouTube changed their ads, and so you can't get rid of them completely. Yeah, they're doing that now for monetize. If you monetize your live stream, you're going to get ads periodically, and they're not the same for everyone. But hopefully they're skippable. I think I made them skippable, and I set it to the lowest setting. I'll show you. For you guys traveling on adventures, when you get monetized, you'll need to know this anyway. But, the settings are in there. See if I can turn this sideways. So you have ad frequency. Choose your ad frequency. So learning, lower earnings potential, less interrupted viewer experience. That's what I have it set at. But you can bump it up to balanced and aggressive, which means you're going to see an ad every couple of minutes. I have it set to the lowest setting for ads, but you can't get rid of them completely. And I have a feeling that they're going to hear from us that people don't like that. I always try to set ads, in the beginning of the stream and the end of the stream. Yeah, I agree, and I think they're going to hear about it. Yeah, that's, and I had an infection in the tooth next to it, probably 6 months ago. And what I found out was that even though it had a root canal done probably 10 years ago, that the tooth can still get infected. And that's what happened on that tooth next to it, number 4, he called it. And even though it had a root canal, he had to go back down in and take the plug out and redo the root canal, get the infection out of there. Gave me amoxicillin for 10 days. And then he said that one is 90%, cleared up. But the other one, he said, is 90% worse right next to it. Well, and I asked him, can an infection move tooth to tooth? And he said, generally, no, it can't. So I don't know what's going on, old age. Gracie is driving and listening. Drive safely. Look at that, Van Life Voyages is here. I forgot to check your channel to see if you were coming up live at 9 o'clock. There's the channel right there. So Van Life Voyages, that's Derek and Tanya living in California. with a specially modified van, and Derek has a four-wheel drive chair where he can get out and enjoy nature. And boy, that's what they do. They don't let too much stop them. Oh, you're up to 10. Whoa, look at that, all the way across from Australia. Good morning from Janice from Oz. Well, it's nighttime over there, right? That's exactly right. Yeah. So what I do is and Oki does the same thing. You know, she buys a lot of kids' clothes for our grandkids, and so she'll research, and if she can get a few bucks off, and it's something we need or something our grandkids need, then we'll buy it. I suppose that could be true. Some of it, and a lot of stuff that we buy, we watch it for a while. And that does make you wonder if they bump the prices up before they give you the discount. It's up to 31. Yeah, I agree, Tanya. $57 at 2:36 a.m. What are you doing up this late, girl? You must have woke up. That's what happened to me this morning, actually. I woke up at 1:30 this morning. And you know how sometimes you got things that you have to make decisions about, things that you have to think about, and that's what I did from 1:30 until I got up at 5. That's what I did. I thought about stuff, made a few decisions, discussed them with Oki, and we're good to go. And I'll probably need a nap later. Yeah, we're learning, huh? So I'm working on Oki. I need to get her in a safe place to drive that RV just in case. I agree, absolutely, Rose. Absolutely. And some things women can do better than men. I have no problem saying that. Nettie, you're back. Well, you have the physical, right? You have the physical limitations. That reminds me of a story, Bernae. So when my daughter Sheena was with us living at home, I taught her how to change her own tire. She had a Ford Escort standard transmission that she drove, that she inherited from us. Ran the wheels off that thing, but she could change her own tire if she had a flat, and she could check her oil. She could do oil changes. She could do all that stuff. And one time she was out on a date with a guy, and he had never changed a tire before. So they had a flat tire, and I don't know if it was on her car or his car. And she was out there changing the tire while he was standing there watching. I thought that was so cool. That was Dad. You know, that was Dad. Good for Dad right there. And I really, really enjoyed that. I've never forgotten that. She was able to change that tire when he couldn't or didn't know how to. Thank you, Rose. Appreciate that. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Changed everything, right? And it can happen that fast. we lived in Nebraska, in Omaha, Nebraska, when I was in the military. That reminds me of slipping on the ice. And they had ice, bad ice there. And I come out from, no, I was going to work, pulled in, and I had a Ford E250 van. I pulled into the parking lot, didn't realize that there was ice underneath the snow, stepped out of the van. I'm in my dress uniform going to work, and I slipped and landed flat on my back. And of course, I was a muddy mess too, because it was starting to get slushy. Oh, that brings back memories, Dan. I didn't hurt. Luckily, I didn't hurt myself. I was still a youngster, but yikes. That's good, Tanya. That's good. Yep. And you could probably do it, Nettie, if you had to. You don't want to be in that position, though. You don't want to be in the position where, okay, you got to do it regardless. At least if you have a little practice, then you know what to look for. I mean, Oki could drive 50 miles an hour down the freeway. I wouldn't care if she was getting us home. And that's good, too, to have a plan. I'd have my brother come rescue us if Donnie wasn't able to drive. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good point, Joy. If you have rotator cuff issues or you can't physically handle it, but it's good you have a plan in case you need it. That's good. And if you're in an RV, well, I guess you can just pull over somewhere or stay where you're at and live in it if you have to. Hence your name, Jen. Yeah, I have seen that on a report, and I think Diane Phoenix has YouTube Premium, and I've seen that where I get a few cents out of premium for somebody that's watched my videos and didn't have the commercials. I don't know if it works out the same. I don't know, but that's good, I guess. They have more changes coming this January. Oh, good. So I tried their 30-day free YouTube Premium, and it was nice not having the ads. And then I think they wanted like 13 or 15 bucks a month. I'd rather watch the ads and skip them and give that $13 or $15 a month to someone's channel, as a member, than I would to give it to YouTube. So I'll watch the ads for 15 bucks a month, and I'll give that money to one of you guys. Oh, you have ad blocker, huh? Oh, that's interesting. So if you have ad blocker on your phone, does that get rid of the YouTube ads? Huh. First time I've heard of that. Yeah, it's no fun, huh? Now this tooth didn't bother me hardly at all. I woke up on a Friday morning. You know how sometimes when you're sleeping, you clench. I woke up and I thought, well, I must have been clenching last night because my tooth is a little tender. Then Saturday, it started to swell up. The gum started to swell up. Sunday, it got worse. I had a little bubble on there. I had an appointment for Monday for a cleaning. I called in. They said, well, we'd like to reschedule you to Tuesday, and the dentist will be here and he can check it out. So I went in on Tuesday, and then that started the whole process. So no fun. But the tooth before that, oh my gosh, you talk about pain. Now, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a dentist, but I'll tell you what my dentist told me. He said, when you experience pain like that, he told me, looking at my condition and my size, he asked me, what did you take for pain? And I said, well, I take Aleve. And so I took a couple of Aleve, and he told me, well, take 3 Aleve, which is 600 milligrams total, and then take 2 Tylenol with it. And he said the combination of those two will take care of that pain. And boy, he was right. So I lived on that cocktail of Aleve and Tylenol for 3 or 4 days until the pain started to go away. But check with your doctor, check with your dentist before you try that. Well, they don't know you very well then, do they, Roy? It's going to take a lot to take you out. But we're glad you're okay. That's good to have that plan, though, if, just in case. Just in case. There's Lee. Good morning, Lee. Good to see you. Morning, folks. Can't keep a good man down. That's right. All right, so we have Van Life Voyages coming up here in 3.5 minutes. So we'll do a raid over there. And it's a 15-minute premiere this morning, not a live stream. Okay, so we'll have to jump over there quickly. But if you miss it, you can go back and watch it. Always interesting watching the premieres because they talk a lot about how they get the van set up and how they live out there in nature with the challenges that they both have. Blame Ron for the late nights. I haven't. I could say something about that. I'll let Ron handle that. That's his bailiwick right there. You haven't got to bed because you were up for Ron's live stream. Well, Janice, get a nap in. I'll probably need one later. 2:38 a.m. earthquake. Ooh. Traveling, Merton and Sue, they are in the laundromat listening in Quartzsite. Very cool, very cool. Looking forward to seeing them. Washing their skivvies and their socks in the laundromat in Quartzsite. And I mentioned Traveling Merton and Sue have a live stream on Sunday afternoon. So always an interesting conversation. And, Merton and Sue, we're talking about what you mentioned and what we discussed during your live stream is having a spouse trained up to operate your rig when you need to, in case something happens to one or the other. And that's been our discussion this morning on this live stream. We've had a lot of good discussion about that. So thanks for bringing that up yesterday. I stole it from you and we're using it. Yep. You got that right. Yep. There's Traveling Merton and Sue's channel right there. Thank you, Rose. Oh, no. I'm sure they're happy to have you around. Oh, yeah, a lot of walking, huh? Walking's good for you. Every time I go in for a checkup at the VA, she asks me, you still walking? Yeah, still walking. How much do you walk in a day? She wants to know how much I'm walking every day. So now I have an app and I can show her, okay, I walked 1.5 miles yesterday. I walked 2 miles a day before that. What else do you want to know? That's good, Rose. You know, a bus or a RV tire, I couldn't even change an RV tire, but I do have AAA premium. So if we have a flat tire, I'm making a phone call and I'm going to sit back and watch TV until they show up. We just had new tires put on about a year ago on the RV. Um, and so we should be good for 50,000 miles or so. That's good, Debbie. That's good. That's the way it should happen. There's Lonnie right there, another channel member. Eating breakfast. Yeah, I'm going to eat something here in just a few minutes. And Lonnie, we're going to run over to Van Life Voyages here in a couple minutes and join Tanya. She has a 15-minute premiere coming up. So glad you're here. And can somebody drop Crafty Traveler's channel? Oh, there it is right there. Rose got it. Thank you, Rose. Boy, oh boy, is Rose good or what? Does anyone know if Fortuna Ponds is open? Oh, there's your answer. Day use only. I've done my apprenticeship towing a van around Australia. I think I'm now qualified. That's good, Janice. Dan, we're going to shut this down here in a minute, but appreciate you coming in. And boy, oh boy, you better stay warm up there. 9-10 degrees. You might need some skivvies, some extra skivvies. Use the gap and change plugs, change oil. Yeah. Great big tires. I know, you know, they get it underneath the van and it's tough to get it out of there. My daughter's got a van too, a minivan. She can get that thing out of there. And I taught my grandson how to change a tire on the van too. She's a single parent. And so I went over there one day and I said, Dylan, come here. We're going to change a tire. We're going to put the spare on. And I taught him how to get the spare out and change tires using that, you know, that wrench that's in the van. So he knows how to do it now. Oh, that's painful. Yikes. Appreciate that, Joy. Thank you very much. Not looking forward to that, but you got to do what you got to do, right? Your dental health is so important. I've learned over the years that if you have infection in your mouth and in your gums, it can spread around your body, get into your brain, and really wreak havoc. So Melanetti are now monetized. They're donating the money they make on their channel to Wayward Wags, and that's being donated to vets. So awesome. Yeah, you have to get up to $100 before they send you your money. So that's great. That's good news, Melanetti, and a thank you from a retired vet. I thank you very much for doing that. There are a lot of guys, a lot of ladies out there who are vets who need the help. And thank you again for doing that. Yeah, it can be if you take too much of it. And you only take it for a couple of days until you get through it, Rose. All right, we're over an hour, so thank you everybody for being here today. Appreciate it very much. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.